Welcome back to our peaceful journey through the solar system. Tonight, we continue with the third chapter of our adventure. In this chapter, we will explore the mysterious world of Pluto, meet its loyal companion Charon, and then continue our journey toward the very edge of the solar system. But before we continue, lean back and make yourself comfortable. Take a slow, deep breath in, and gently let it go. Allow the weight of the day to slowly drift away. Because tonight, together, we will travel peacefully toward the most distant reaches of our solar system. As your breathing becomes slower, and your body feels a little lighter, our gentle journey begins once again. Far ahead, beyond the familiar paths of the giant planets, beyond the quiet blue world of Neptune, a tiny point of light slowly comes into view. At first, it seems almost impossible to believe that an entire world could be hiding so far from the warmth of the sun, yet patiently orbiting in the silent darkness. Pluto has been waiting here for billions of years. The sun is now so distant that it no longer shines as the brilliant star we know from Earth. Instead, it glows softly in the darkness, only a little brighter than the countless stars surrounding it. You continue drifting forward, without hurry, without effort. The silence around you feels endless. There is no wind, no sound, only the peaceful emptiness of space, and the quiet rhythm of your own breathing. Little by little, the distant point of light begins to grow. Shapes slowly emerge from the darkness. Bright frozen plains, dark ancient regions, a world unlike any we have visited before. For many years, Pluto was known as the ninth planet of our solar system, a lonely traveler at the very edge of the Sun's family. Although scientists now classify it as a dwarf planet, its beauty has never changed, nor has its mystery. As you gently move closer, you realize just how incredibly far you have traveled. Nearly 6 billion kilometers now separate you from Earth. The home you left behind has long since disappeared into the darkness. Only this quiet frozen world remains before you, patiently waiting for your arrival. As you drift a little closer, Pluto is no longer just a distant point of light. Its frozen surface slowly begins to emerge from the darkness. At first, it appears silent and motionless. Yet this small world holds a story that has been unfolding for billions of years. With a diameter of about 2,376 kilometers, Pluto is even smaller than Earth's moon. Even so, it is a true world, with its own sky, its own seasons, and its own quiet mysteries. It travels around the Sun at an average distance of nearly 5.9 billion kilometers. At that incredible distance, sunlight takes about 5.5 hours to reach its frozen surface. Even during daytime, the light here resembles the gentle glow of twilight. There is no harsh brightness, only a soft, peaceful light stretching across an endless landscape. You continue gliding silently above the surface. With every passing moment, more details begin to reveal themselves. Vast plains of frozen nitrogen, towering mountains made of solid water ice, ancient terrain that has remained almost unchanged for unimaginable lengths of time. For many years, scientists believed Pluto was little more than a frozen, inactive world. But in 2015, a brief visit changed that idea forever. The only spacecraft ever to explore Pluto up close was New Horizons. After traveling through space for nearly 9.5 years, it raced past this distant world in just a few short hours. Those precious hours transformed our understanding of Pluto. Instead of a lifeless ball of ice, humanity discovered a surprisingly active and fascinating world, quietly waiting at the edge of the solar system. As you continue your gentle journey above Pluto, one familiar shape slowly begins to reveal itself. From this distance, it is impossible to miss. A vast region, softly illuminated beneath the distant sunlight, resembles the shape of a heart. It is this remarkable feature that made Pluto recognizable to millions of people around the world. Scientists named this region Tombaugh Regio, in honor of Clyde Tombaugh, the astronomer who discovered Pluto in 1930. The bright western half of this heart is Sputnik Planitia, while the darker eastern side tells a very different story. Together, they create one of the most beautiful landscapes ever photographed in the outer solar system. You glide quietly above its frozen surface, noticing the gentle contrast between brilliant ice and darker ancient terrain. Each region preserves a different chapter in Pluto's long history. Some parts appear surprisingly young, shaped by slow geological activity over millions of years. Others have remained almost untouched since the earliest days of the solar system. Here, time leaves its mark with extraordinary patience. Nothing happens in a hurry. Every change unfolds so slowly that an entire civilization could rise and disappear before the landscape shifts by even a small amount. As you continue forward, the heart-shaped plane gradually slips behind you. Ahead, another companion is waiting in the darkness. A world that has traveled beside Pluto for billions of years. Silent. Faithful. Always keeping the same face turned toward its distant partner. As you move closer to Charon, its rugged landscape slowly fills your view. Unlike Pluto, its surface is covered with softer shades of gray, giving it a calm and ancient appearance. Every crater, every cliff, and every frozen valley has remained here for unimaginable lengths of time. Nothing has disturbed this quiet world for billions of years. You continue gliding only a few kilometers above the surface. The sunlight is incredibly faint, yet it is enough to reveal countless details hidden within the ice. Long fractures stretch across the landscape like giant scars. Some extend for hundreds of kilometers, silently recording moments from Charon's distant past. Scientists believe these enormous canyons formed when the moon slowly expanded as its interior cooled over time. The changes happened so gradually that no living creature could ever have witnessed them. Only the universe itself has been patient enough to watch every moment unfold. Ahead, another vast plain begins to appear. Its surface is remarkably smooth compared to the rugged terrain surrounding it. Here, ancient ice may once have slowly flowed across the landscape, filling old valleys and softening the marks left behind by countless impacts. Everything here feels peaceful. Nothing rushes. Nothing competes. Even time itself seems to move more gently in this distant corner of the solar system. As you continue drifting above the frozen ground, Pluto remains visible in the sky behind you. It never rises. It never sets. Because Pluto and Charon always keep the same face turned toward one another. For billions of years, they have shared the same silent view. A quiet partnership unlike any other in our solar system. You pause for a moment, allowing yourself to simply observe. The silence feels almost comforting. The endless darkness no longer seems empty. Instead, It feels calm, timeless, almost like the universe is quietly inviting you to stay just a little longer. For a little while longer, you remain between Pluto and Charon, quietly drifting through the space they have shared for billions of years. Neither world seems eager to let the other go. Their silent dance has continued for almost the entire history of the solar system. From here, it is easy to understand why scientists often describe them as a double world rather than a planet and its moon. Few places in the solar system display such a perfect balance. You slowly turn your attention outward once again. Beyond these frozen companions, the darkness stretches farther than ever before. There are no giant planets waiting ahead. No familiar destinations. Only countless frozen objects scattered across an enormous region of space. As you gently leave Pluto behind, its faint sunlight begins to fade. The little world grows smaller with every passing moment. Soon, it becomes only another quiet point of light among many others. Charon disappears beside it. For billions of years, they have remained together. And long after we are gone, they will continue their peaceful journey around the distant sun. Ahead lies the outer frontier of the Kuiper Belt. An immense region filled with ancient worlds that have changed very little since the solar system was born. Many of these icy bodies have never been visited. Some have never even been seen directly. They simply travel through the darkness, patiently following paths that take centuries to complete. You continue drifting forward. There is no destination to rush toward. Only another chapter waiting quietly in the distance. The deeper you travel, the more peaceful the silence becomes. It feels as though the solar system itself is slowly beginning to fade behind you. And somewhere beyond this endless frozen frontier, another mysterious region patiently awaits your arrival. As Pluto and Charon slowly disappear into the darkness behind you, the journey continues in complete silence. There is no sudden change. No invisible boundary marking the end of one world and the beginning of another. Only an endless sea of darkness stretching farther than the eye can see. The farther you travel, the more isolated everything begins to feel. The sun still shines behind you, but its warmth can no longer be imagined. From here, it is simply another bright star resting quietly among countless others. You drift forward at an unhurried pace. There is nothing pulling your attention away. Nothing asking you to move faster. Only the quiet rhythm of your breathing and the gentle feeling of floating through space. This vast region is known as the Kuiper Belt. It forms a great ring of icy worlds surrounding the solar system beyond Neptune. For billions of years, these frozen objects have traveled along their own silent paths. Most of them are incredibly small. Some are only a few kilometers across. Others are hundreds of kilometers wide, large enough to become nearly spherical under their own gravity. Every one of them carries a fragment of the solar system's earliest history. They are ancient survivors from the time when the planets themselves were still forming. While the inner solar system changed through collisions, volcanic eruptions, and shifting continents, many of these distant objects remained almost untouched. They have quietly preserved memories from a time more than 4.5 billion years ago. As you continue drifting, another icy object slowly passes far below. Its surface reflects only the faintest trace of sunlight. It has no atmosphere, no changing weather, only frozen silence stretching across an ancient landscape. Millions of worlds like this may exist throughout the Kuiper Belt. Most will never be visited. many have not even been discovered yet. They simply continue their endless journeys around the distant sun. Patiently. Quietly. Exactly as they have for countless ages. For a moment, you allow yourself to simply observe. There is something deeply comforting about this place. Nothing competes for your attention. Nothing disturbs the silence. Only endless space filled with ancient travelers, each following a path written long before humanity ever looked toward the stars. You continue forward, leaving another frozen world behind. Ahead, the Kuiper belt slowly begins to grow thinner. The distance between these icy bodies becomes greater with every passing hour. The darkness feels deeper now, almost limitless. And somewhere far beyond this quiet frontier, another mysterious region patiently awaits, hidden beneath the endless night. The farther you travel, the quieter the Kuiper belt becomes. The frozen worlds that once surrounded you now appear only occasionally, separated by enormous distances. Each one follows its own ancient path around the sun. None of them seem aware of the others. Yet together, they form one of the oldest regions in our solar system. You continue drifting through the darkness, unhurried and completely at peace. The silence feels deeper now. Even the distant sunlight seems softer than before. Behind you, Pluto has almost disappeared. It is now impossible to distinguish it from the countless stars surrounding it. Only memory reminds you that a small frozen world is still there, continuing its endless journey. Ahead, the empty space grows wider. The icy objects become fewer and farther apart. Little by little, the familiar frontier of the Kuiper belt begins to fade. For billions of years, this distant region has quietly protected the oldest remnants of our solar system. These ancient travelers have witnessed the birth of the planets. They have watched countless comets begin their long journeys toward the inner solar system. And through it all, they have remained almost exactly the same. You take one slow breath, then another. There is nowhere to hurry. Nothing waiting to be reached before its time. The universe seems to reward patience. Every kilometer reveals another quiet wonder. Every passing moment invites a little more stillness. As you continue forward, something changes almost without notice. The sun feels even farther away. Its light has become little more than a bright point resting in an endless sea of darkness. There are no longer recognizable worlds surrounding you. No planets. No moons. Only space itself. It stretches in every direction without end. For the first time since leaving Earth, it feels as though you have truly reached the edge of the familiar solar system. And somewhere beyond this immense silence, an invisible boundary slowly waits. A place where the influence of our sun begins to fade. A region few human-made objects have ever reached. Without rushing, you quietly continue toward it. The journey continues without interruption. There is no line drawn across space. No sign announcing that you are leaving one region behind and entering another. The universe has no borders. Only gradual changes that reveal themselves to those who move slowly enough to notice. You keep drifting through the immense darkness. Hours seem to pass without anything changing. And yet, everything is changing. The sun continues to shrink behind you. Its brilliant disk has long since vanished. Now it shines as an unusually bright star, surrounded by countless others that appear almost equally distant. If you did not know where to look, you might never guess that this tiny point of light is the star that warmed Earth. The same sun that lights our skies. The same sun that gives life to every ocean, every forest, and every living creature. From here, it appears wonderfully ordinary. Just another star among billions. That quiet realization lingers with you for a while. Ahead, the darkness feels different. Not darker. Simply deeper. The space around you seems almost untouched. There are no nearby worlds reflecting sunlight. No icy mountains. No frozen plains. Only invisible particles drifting through the vast emptiness. Most are no larger than grains of dust. Some are individual atoms, quietly carried outward by the solar wind. For countless centuries, these tiny particles have streamed away from the sun in every direction. They have traveled across the planets, past the Kuiper belt, and now they accompany you toward the edge of the sun's invisible influence. You continue floating through this enormous river of charged particles. It cannot be seen. It cannot be heard. But it is always moving. Always flowing outward from the heart of our solar system. Far ahead lies a remarkable place. A boundary so distant that only a handful of spacecraft have ever approached it. There, the outward flow of the solar wind begins to lose its long struggle against the thin gas that fills the space between the stars. The two great oceans of space slowly meet. One belongs to our sun. The other belongs to the galaxy itself. You are still far away. There is no need to rush. For now, you simply continue your peaceful journey. One quiet kilometer after another. One silent breath after another. Knowing that with every passing moment, you are approaching one of the most distant frontiers humanity has ever explored. The farther you travel, the more difficult it becomes to tell the difference between movement and stillness. Space no longer offers familiar landmarks. There are no planets waiting ahead. No moons reflecting distant sunlight. Only an endless expanse that stretches beyond imagination. And yet, this emptiness is far from empty. Invisible streams of charged particles continue flowing outward from the sun. For billions of years, this gentle but constant wind has carried pieces of our star across the solar system. Every second, millions of tons of particles leave the sun. They spread in every direction, creating an enormous protective bubble around our planetary family. This vast region is known as the heliosphere. Although invisible, it surrounds every planet you have visited. It stretches far beyond Pluto, far beyond the Kuiper belt. Even here, where the sun appears as only another bright star, its influence is still quietly reaching outward. You continue drifting deeper into that invisible ocean. Nothing changes suddenly. There is no wall. No glowing barrier. Only a gradual feeling that the space around you is becoming different. Far beyond your view, another force is pushing back. The galaxy itself is never completely empty. Between the stars lies an incredibly thin mixture of gas, dust, and energetic particles. This is the interstellar medium. It slowly presses against the outward flow of the solar wind. For unimaginable distances, these two great currents meet in silent balance. Neither one makes a sound. Neither one announces its presence. Their encounter is far too gentle for human senses to notice. Yet over billions of kilometers, they shape the very edge of our solar system. You allow yourself another slow breath. the silence has become almost tangible. There is no wind to hear, no vibration beneath your feet, no horizon separating sky from ground. Only darkness extending forever in every direction. Even your thoughts seem to become quieter here. Perhaps that is why the farthest reaches of space feel strangely peaceful. There is so little to distract the mind. Only the steady rhythm of breathing. Only the quiet certainty that the universe has no need to hurry. You continue floating through the unseen currents. Somewhere ahead lies a remarkable boundary known as the termination shock. Despite its dramatic name, it is not an explosion. It is not a collision. Instead, it is the place where the solar wind, after racing outward for billions of kilometers, finally begins to slow. It has traveled freely since leaving the Sun. But now, the pressure from interstellar space gradually resists its motion. The once supersonic flow gently loses speed. Its journey becomes calmer, almost hesitant, like a river reaching the still waters of a vast lake. Only 2 human spacecraft have ever crossed this distant region: Voyager 1 and Voyager 2. Launched in the late 1970s, they have spent nearly half a century traveling farther from Earth than any other machines ever built. Every year they move a little farther into the darkness. Every year their tiny radio signals become weaker. Yet even now, they continue whispering messages back toward the world that created them. You imagine those signals quietly crossing billions of kilometers. Passing Neptune, passing Saturn, passing Jupiter, crossing the orbit of Earth, traveling for many long hours before finally reaching the great radio antennas waiting patiently on our planet. It is one of humanity's longest conversations. A conversation carried entirely by light. As you drift onward, you almost imagine one of those tiny spacecraft somewhere ahead. Not because you can see it. It is far too small. Even at close range it would resemble little more than a glimmer against the darkness. But simply knowing it is out here creates an unexpected feeling of companionship. For so long, your journey has been shared only with silent worlds and distant stars. Now, somewhere ahead, another traveler quietly continues the same voyage. It has no crew, no voice, no awareness of its destination. And yet, year after year, it faithfully continues forward. Without pause, without hesitation, without ever turning back. You gently follow the same direction. Not chasing it. Simply sharing the path. The darkness grows deeper. The silence grows softer. And somewhere just beyond the reach of the solar wind, another chapter of your peaceful journey patiently awaits. You continue moving through the quiet frontier, following a path that almost no human creation has ever traveled. There are no roads in space. No markers pointing the way. Only invisible trajectories, traced by gravity and time across billions of kilometers. Somewhere ahead, Voyager continues its lonely voyage. It left Earth carrying a small collection of messages. Not scientific data. Not instructions. But greetings. Music. Sounds of nature. Images of our world. A tiny portrait of humanity, carefully placed aboard a spacecraft no larger than a small car. If another civilization were ever to discover it, they would find a golden record. Inside that record are whispers from Earth. The sound of rain falling. the laughter of children, the songs of birds greeting the morning, the waves of distant oceans meeting quiet shores, even the heartbeat of a human being. Simple reminders that somewhere, around an ordinary yellow star, life once looked up and wondered what existed beyond the darkness. The thought lingers in your mind. Across this immense silence, humanity has sent not only machines. It has sent curiosity, hope, and the quiet wish that one day, someone, or something, might know we were here. You continue drifting forward. The stars no longer seem fixed. Very slowly, almost too slowly to notice, their positions begin to change. Constellations that looked familiar from Earth are no longer exactly the same. The farther you travel, the more the geometry of the sky begins to shift. It is a gentle reminder that every point in the universe offers a different view. Even the night sky has no single, permanent face. Ahead, the darkness feels almost alive. Not with movement, but with possibility. Somewhere among these countless stars, planets circle quietly around distant suns. Some may be frozen. Some may be wrapped in endless clouds. Others may possess oceans hidden beneath thick layers of ice. Many will never be seen by human eyes. Yet they continue their silent journeys all the same. For a moment, you allow yourself to imagine standing on one of those distant worlds. Its sky would not resemble Earth's. The sun would be just another tiny star among thousands. Our entire solar system would disappear into the crowd of lights. Perhaps someone standing there, billions of years from now, might unknowingly look toward the faint point of light that is our sun. They would never realize that within that tiny sparkle exists Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. Or that a small blue world once dreamed of traveling this far. The thought is strangely comforting. The universe is unimaginably vast. Yet every civilization, every planet, every living creature must begin by looking upward and asking the same quiet question. What lies beyond? You continue your peaceful journey. Far ahead, the solar wind has become almost impossible to notice. Its outward flow grows weaker with every passing hour. The pressure from interstellar space grows steadily stronger. Two invisible oceans are approaching one another. One flowing outward from the sun, the other drifting endlessly between the stars. Their meeting place is now close. There will be no flash of light, no thunder, no dramatic announcement. Only a silent crossing that very few travelers have ever made. You slow your thoughts even further. Your breathing remains calm. Your surroundings remain perfectly still. It feels appropriate somehow. The greatest frontiers in the universe do not always arrive with excitement. Sometimes they arrive with absolute silence. And in that silence, you quietly continue toward the edge of everything that has ever been called home. You continue forward with quiet patience. Nothing around you suggests that a great boundary is near. There are no signs suspended in space. No visible horizon stretching across the darkness. Only the steady rhythm of your journey. For countless years, the solar wind has accompanied every kilometer of your voyage. Its invisible particles have flowed gently around every planet, every moon, every comet you have passed. Now, almost without notice, that familiar current begins to fade. The pressure from the sun grows weaker. The quiet breath of interstellar space grows stronger. Somewhere around you lies the heliopause. It marks the outer edge of the sun's protective influence. Not the end of gravity. The sun's gravity reaches much farther than this. Instead, it is the place where the solar wind finally yields to the endless sea between the stars. There is no collision. No explosion. Only balance. One invisible current slowly gives way to another. You continue drifting. If you did not carry instruments, you would never know the crossing had happened. Your eyes see only darkness. The stars remain exactly where they were. Silence remains complete. Yet something profound has changed. For the first time since leaving Earth, you have entered true interstellar space. Behind you lies the solar system. Ahead lies the galaxy itself. It is a quiet moment. Almost too quiet for such an extraordinary milestone. Perhaps that is fitting. The universe rarely celebrates its greatest achievements with noise. It simply continues. Calmly. Patiently. Endlessly. You allow yourself a long, slow breath. Somewhere far behind you, sunlight still shines across Earth's oceans. Clouds continue drifting over mountains. Forests sway beneath gentle winds. People greet the morning without realizing how unimaginably far away you have traveled. The distance is almost impossible to picture. Even light, traveling faster than anything else in the universe, needs many hours to cross the gap between here and Earth. Radio messages sent from this distance cannot arrive instantly. Every word must patiently travel across billions of kilometers before reaching home. The thought makes the solar system feel wonderfully small. Everything humanity has ever known. Every civilization. Every language. Every work of art. Every memory. Every dream exists around one ordinary star that has now become only another point of light behind you. You slowly turn your attention forward once more. The stars ahead appear brighter now. Not because they have changed, but because there is nothing left nearby to compete with their light. Every direction is filled with suns. Some are larger than our own. Others are smaller and cooler. Many possess planets quietly circling them, just as Earth circles the Sun. Some systems may be only beginning to form. Around others, entire generations of stars have already lived and disappeared. The galaxy is constantly changing. Even in its stillness. Even in its silence. Tiny clouds of hydrogen drift between the stars. Invisible magnetic fields weave through the darkness. Energetic particles, born from ancient supernova explosions, race silently across unimaginable distances. You are now traveling through that ancient ocean. The same ocean that fills the spaces between every star in the Milky Way. It has existed for billions of years. Long before Earth formed. Long before the sun began to shine. Long before life learned to ask questions about the night sky. You continue drifting through this peaceful emptiness. There is no destination demanding your arrival. Only more distance. More silence. More wonder. The farther you travel, the more the idea of far away begins to lose its meaning. Every direction is equally immense. Every star is separated from the next by distances that challenge the imagination. Yet somehow, the darkness never feels lonely. Instead, it feels welcoming. like an endless sea inviting you to float without fear. Your breathing remains slow, steady, comfortable. The quiet has become familiar now. Not an absence of sound, but a presence all its own. A gentle reminder that the universe has never been in a hurry. And neither are you. Far ahead, the faint glow of our galaxy begins to stretch across the darkness like a soft river of light. Its countless stars blend together into a pale band that reaches from one horizon to the other. You continue toward it, not because you hope to arrive, but because the journey itself has become the destination. And somewhere within that endless river of stars, another peaceful chapter patiently waits to unfold. A pale ribbon of light slowly stretches across the darkness. From Earth, it is known as the Milky Way. Out here, far beyond the planets, it feels far more alive. Its gentle glow is not a cloud. It is the combined light of hundreds of billions of distant stars, blending together across unimaginable distances. Without the bright skies of Earth to soften the view, every detail becomes easier to appreciate. Dark lanes weave through the glowing band. These are immense clouds of dust drifting between the stars. They appear almost black, quietly blocking the light from countless suns hidden beyond them. Some of those clouds are the birthplaces of future stars. Within them, gravity patiently gathers cold gas over millions of years. Little by little, the material becomes denser, warmer, brighter. Eventually, a new star is born. Somewhere inside those distant clouds, future solar systems are quietly beginning their stories. Perhaps rocky planets are already forming. Perhaps frozen moons are taking shape around giant worlds. Perhaps somewhere, another small blue planet is waiting beneath unfamiliar skies. Time feels wonderfully different here. On Earth, people measure their days by the rising and setting of the sun. Here, there is no sunrise, no sunset. Only the slow passage of stars as your journey carries you forward. Hours lose their meaning. Even years begin to feel like small moments inside a much larger story. The universe has always been patient. It builds galaxies over billions of years. It shapes planets over hundreds of millions. Even mountains of ice, like those you saw on Pluto, formed so gradually that no single moment could ever reveal the change. Everything magnificent in the cosmos seems to happen slowly, as though the universe itself prefers gentle movements over sudden ones. That thought brings a quiet sense of comfort. There is no need to hurry. The stars certainly never do. Each follows its path with perfect consistency, guided only by gravity and time. No one gives them directions. No one reminds them where to go. Yet together they create a harmony so vast that it has endured since long before Earth existed. Far away, one brilliant blue star catches your attention. Nearby, another shines with a warm orange glow. Some appear white. Others carry faint hints of gold or red. Each color tells a different story. The hottest stars burn with brilliant blue light. Cooler stars glow softly in shades of orange and crimson. Our own sun rests comfortably between those extremes, neither the largest nor the brightest. Simply one ordinary star among hundreds of billions. And somehow, that makes it even more remarkable. Around one ordinary star, life found a way to ask questions about extraordinary things. The thought lingers quietly, not as a mystery demanding an answer, but as a gentle reminder of how precious curiosity truly is. Every telescope ever built, every spacecraft ever launched, every distant journey ever imagined, began with someone looking into the night and wondering what lay beyond. Now you float within that very darkness, not searching for anything, simply allowing the universe to reveal itself one peaceful moment at a time. The glow of the Milky Way slowly widens ahead. Its countless stars merge into a soft river of light stretching across eternity. There is no end in sight. Only another quiet chapter waiting somewhere beyond the horizon of imagination. Not every star you see belongs to a distant, unreachable corner of the galaxy. Some are surprisingly close. In cosmic terms, at least. The nearest of them quietly shines just over 4 light-years away. Its light began its journey long before many people alive today were even born. Only now has it reached this peaceful corner of space. That nearby system is known as Proxima Centauri. It is a small red dwarf star, much cooler than our Sun. Much smaller as well. Its gentle crimson light would give any nearby world a sky unlike anything found in our solar system. Around Proxima Centauri circles at least one known rocky planet. Scientists call it Proxima b. No one knows exactly what its surface looks like. It may be frozen beneath endless darkness. It may hold an atmosphere. Perhaps hidden oceans exist there. Or perhaps it is simply another silent world traveling faithfully around its star. For now, imagination quietly fills the spaces where knowledge has yet to arrive. Proxima is only one member of a much larger family. Nearby are Alpha Centauri A and Alpha Centauri B. Together, they dance around one another in a graceful orbit lasting many decades. From a distance, they appear almost like 2 suns moving through space as lifelong companions. If you could stand upon a planet circling one of them, the second star would brighten the sky like an extraordinary beacon. Days and nights would unfold beneath 2 familiar lights instead of one. The universe offers endless variations on the simple idea of a sunrise. Some worlds may never experience darkness. Others may remain in eternal night. Some may watch 2 suns rise together. Others could witness one brilliant star slowly setting while another climbs into the sky. Every planetary system writes its own quiet story. No 2 are exactly alike. That realization makes your own home feel even more special. Earth does not need to be the largest world, nor the oldest. Its beauty comes from being uniquely suited for the life that found a home there. Its blue oceans, its drifting clouds, its changing seasons, its forests filled with birdsong. From this extraordinary distance, all of those familiar things seem impossibly precious. Not because they are rare, but because they are home. The stars surrounding you continue to shimmer without haste. Some are only a few million years old. Brilliant, energetic, and short-lived. Others have burned steadily for billions of years, patiently converting hydrogen into light. Each one follows the same quiet laws of physics. Yet together they create an astonishing variety of worlds. You allow your gaze to wander across the countless points of light. It is impossible to visit them all. Even traveling at the speed of today's fastest spacecraft, reaching the nearest star would take tens of thousands of years. The distances between stars are so immense that ordinary human intuition begins to lose its meaning. kilometers become too small. Even millions of kilometers become insignificant. Only light itself offers a useful measure. Light years. The distance light travels in a full year. Nearly 10 trillion kilometers. And even that enormous distance becomes merely the first step toward the nearest neighboring star. The scale is almost beyond imagination. Yet rather than feeling overwhelming, it brings an unexpected calm. There is comfort in knowing that the universe is under no pressure to finish its story. It unfolds one quiet moment at a time. One orbit. One sunrise. One new star. One fading star. A rhythm so gentle that it has continued for billions of years, and will continue for billions more. Above you, below you, and in every direction, the Milky Way stretches onward. Its countless suns glow like distant lanterns scattered across an endless sea. Somewhere among them, new worlds are being born. Somewhere else, ancient stars are quietly reaching the ends of their long lives. And your peaceful journey carries you onward, deeper into the great river of stars, where another gentle mystery patiently waits beyond the darkness. Time no longer feels familiar. Without the rising and setting of the sun, there is no obvious beginning to a day. There is no evening. No morning. Only an endless sequence of quiet moments flowing gently into one another. On Earth, clocks divide life into seconds, minutes, and hours. Out here, those measurements seem almost unnecessary. The stars are in no hurry. Neither are the galaxies. Everything moves with extraordinary patience. Even light, the fastest traveler in the universe, spends years crossing the space between neighboring stars. You begin to understand why astronomers speak so comfortably in millions and billions of years. These immense stretches of time are not exaggerations. They are simply the natural rhythm of the cosmos. A cloud of gas may drift for tens of millions of years before gravity slowly gathers it together. A newborn star may shine for billions more. Entire civilizations could rise and disappear while that single star quietly continues burning. The universe measures time differently than we do. It always has. Far away, clusters of stars appear like tiny islands suspended within the darkness. Each cluster contains hundreds or even thousands of suns bound together by gravity. They travel through the galaxy as families, remaining close companions across unimaginable spans of time. Some of these stellar families were born from the very same cloud of gas. Although separated by enormous distances, they still share a common beginning. Just as brothers and sisters may one day live in different places, these stars slowly drift apart over millions of years. Yet their shared history never truly disappears. The Milky Way itself is constantly changing. Its stars quietly orbit the galactic center. Our own sun is doing the same. At this very moment, while Earth turns through another ordinary day, the solar system is traveling around the center of the galaxy at nearly 220 kilometers every second. The motion is so smooth that no one on Earth can feel it. Every mountain, every ocean, every forest, every city, everything moves together through space without the slightest sensation of speed. Completing a single orbit around the Milky Way takes about 230 million years. When dinosaurs walked across Earth, our solar system occupied an entirely different region of the galaxy. Since then, the Sun has continued its quiet journey without pause. Stars have been born. Others have vanished. Yet the great galactic voyage has never stopped. You allow that thought to settle gently. Every moment of human history has unfolded aboard a solar system that was already traveling through the Milky Way. We often imagine ourselves standing still. In truth, we have always been voyagers. Even while sleeping beneath familiar skies. Even while watching sunsets beside quiet oceans. We have been moving through the galaxy together. Only now does the scale of that journey become easier to appreciate. The stars around you no longer feel distant. They feel connected. Not by bridges or roads, but by gravity, by time, by the quiet laws that guide everything from the smallest grain of dust to the largest galaxy. The silence surrounding you is no longer empty. It feels full of motion too gentle to notice. A motion that has continued since long before the Earth existed. And will continue long after every familiar constellation has slowly changed its shape. The river of stars stretches onward. Patient. Timeless. Waiting to reveal another quiet wonder just beyond the reach of your imagination. The familiar constellations of Earth exist only because of where we observe them. From our planet, generations of people have connected distant stars into patterns. Hunters. Queens. Lions. Dragons. Great ships sailing across the heavens. These shapes have guided travelers, inspired storytellers, and filled the night with imagination for thousands of years. Yet the stars themselves have never known those patterns. They are separated by enormous distances. Many only appear close together because they happen to line up from Earth's point of view. Here, far beyond the familiar neighborhoods of the solar system, that illusion slowly begins to dissolve. The stars no longer fit neatly into the constellations you once recognized. One bright star seems to drift away from another. Ancient outlines gently lose their familiar forms. Orion no longer resembles the mighty hunter. The Big Dipper quietly stretches into something entirely different. Cassiopeia slowly releases the graceful shape that once defined her. The sky has not changed. Only your perspective has. It is a gentle reminder that every view in the universe depends upon where you are standing. Even something as timeless as the night sky is shaped by location. Perhaps somewhere around another distant star, another civilization has drawn completely different constellations. They may look toward our sun and see it as one tiny point among thousands. To them, it may belong to a pattern we could never recognize. A bird spreading its wings. A flowing river. A quiet mountain. Or perhaps a story that no human imagination has ever conceived. The universe offers endless possibilities. Every observer creates a different map of the stars. Every journey reveals a different sky. No single view is more correct than another. Each simply tells the story of where it is being seen from. The thought feels strangely comforting. There is beauty in knowing that reality can be viewed from countless perspectives without ever losing its truth. The stars remain exactly where they are. Only the observer changes. Slowly, almost imperceptibly, your eyes wander across the glowing river of the Milky Way once more. Countless stars shimmer with quiet confidence. Some are alone. Others travel with companions. Many belong to clusters so vast that they resemble tiny cities suspended in the darkness. Each star quietly carries its own collection of worlds. Its own history. Its own future. Somewhere, planets may be circling beneath emerald skies. Elsewhere, frozen landscapes rest beneath crimson sunsets. On another world, perhaps thick clouds have hidden the stars for millions of years. Each possibility quietly exists within the immense tapestry surrounding you. The galaxy is not merely filled with stars. It is filled with stories. Most will never be told. Most will never be discovered. Yet they continue unfolding with perfect patience. Without an audience. Without applause. Simply because the universe has always known how to create beauty for its own sake. That realization stays with you as the quiet journey carries you onward. The darkness no longer feels like empty space. It feels like a library whose shelves extend beyond imagination. Every star another unwritten chapter. Every distant glow another peaceful mystery. And somewhere ahead, hidden among those countless lights, another remarkable wonder patiently waits for you. Nothing around you produces a sound. There is no wind moving through invisible trees. No waves breaking upon distant shores. No echoes returning from unseen mountains. The universe remains perfectly silent. It is not because nothing is happening. Quite the opposite. Stars are burning. Planets are turning. Galaxies are slowly revolving through the cosmos. Yet space is so empty that sound has no way to travel. Without air or water to carry its vibrations, every event unfolds in complete silence. It is one of the strangest truths about the universe. The most energetic places imaginable are also among the quietest. A massive star may release more energy in a single second than our sun produces in millions of years. A supernova can briefly outshine an entire galaxy. But from where you drift now, none of those tremendous events would make the slightest sound. Only light would carry their story across the darkness, patiently crossing the endless distances between the stars. Perhaps that is why this place feels so peaceful. The absence of sound allows every thought to settle gently. There is nothing demanding your attention. Nothing interrupting the quiet rhythm of your breathing. Even your heartbeat feels softer somehow, as though it has become part of the universe's own gentle cadence. You notice the stars in a different way now. Not as isolated points of light, but as voices in a silent conversation. Each one shines with its own brightness, its own color, its own history. Together they create a kind of harmony that needs no sound to exist. It is music written entirely in light. Every glowing star another note. Every dark cloud another pause. Every distant galaxy another quiet movement within an endless cosmic symphony. The performance has continued for billions of years. No audience was required. No conductor ever raised a hand. Gravity alone has guided every motion with extraordinary patience. You imagine what Earth must look like from here. Not the continents. Not the oceans. Not even the pale blue color made famous by distant photographs. It would simply be invisible. Far too small to separate from the light of the sun. Everything you have ever known would exist inside a single point of light too tiny to distinguish. Every mountain. Every river. Every child laughing beneath a summer sky. Every old lighthouse watching the sea. Every quiet snowfall. Every first sunrise. All hidden within that distant sparkle. Rather than feeling insignificant, the thought fills you with gratitude. How remarkable it is that something so small could give rise to so much beauty. The size of a place has never determined the value of the stories it holds. A tiny blue world became home to oceans, forests, music, dreams, kindness, curiosity, and hope. That alone makes it extraordinary. The galaxy continues to glow around you. Countless stars shimmer like lanterns suspended across an infinite ocean. Their light arrives from different moments in history. Some left their stars only a few years ago. Other rays began traveling long before human civilization existed. When you look into the universe, you are also looking into time itself. Every direction becomes a window into another chapter of cosmic history. Nothing is truly distant in only one way. Everything is separated by both space and time. The realization settles quietly within you. There is no need to understand every mystery. Some are beautiful simply because they exist. The greatest journeys are not always about finding answers. Sometimes they are about learning to appreciate the questions. The gentle river of the Milky Way stretches farther ahead, glowing softly against the endless black. Its light seems almost inviting now, not calling you forward, simply welcoming you to remain, to observe, and to wonder. And with quiet curiosity, you continue deeper into the timeless heart of the galaxy. Far beyond the familiar stars of our neighborhood, the Milky Way continues to gather itself toward a distant center. Although it appears calm from here, the heart of our galaxy is unlike the quiet region surrounding the Sun. It is richer, brighter, filled with stars packed astonishingly close together. Our solar system lives in one of the galaxy's peaceful outer spiral arms. Here, neighboring stars are separated by several light-years. Near the galactic center, those comfortable distances begin to disappear. Thousands of stars crowd together within spaces that would seem impossibly small by comparison. The night sky from a planet in that region would be breathtaking. Darkness might never fully arrive. Brilliant suns would illuminate the heavens from every direction, turning night into a perpetual twilight. Constellations would become almost impossible to recognize beneath so many lights. The center of the Milky Way is also home to vast clouds of gas and dust. These enormous veils drift silently through space, hiding much of the galaxy's heart from ordinary visible light. For centuries, astronomers could only imagine what lay beyond them. Then new instruments began observing the universe in infrared and radio wavelengths. Slowly, the hidden landscape revealed itself. What once appeared empty became alive with countless stars waiting behind the cosmic curtain. Every improvement in technology uncovered another layer of wonder. The universe had never been hiding. We simply needed new ways to look. Deep within that crowded region lies one of the most fascinating objects ever discovered. Invisible, silent, yet unimaginably powerful. At the very center of the Milky Way rests a supermassive black hole known as Sagittarius A star. Its mass is roughly 4 million times greater than that of our Sun. Despite such extraordinary weight, it occupies a surprisingly small region compared with the immense galaxy surrounding it. It cannot be seen directly. No light escapes once it crosses the event horizon. Instead, astronomers study the stars racing around it. Those graceful stellar orbits reveal the presence of something enormous hidden within the darkness. Like leaves circling an unseen whirlpool, the stars quietly trace the outline of an invisible giant. It is a remarkable example of how the universe often reveals itself indirectly. Sometimes we discover the unseen by carefully observing what it influences. Gravity becomes a storyteller. Motion becomes evidence. Patience becomes understanding. Yet there is nothing frightening about viewing Sagittarius A* from this peaceful distance. It remains tens of thousands of light-years away. Merely another quiet wonder woven into the fabric of our galaxy. The Milky Way has carried this hidden heart for billions of years. Around it, spiral arms continue their slow rotation. Stars are born. Stars fade. Planets form. Entire solar systems complete their endless journeys. And through it all, the galaxy remains beautifully balanced. You imagine watching the Milky Way from far outside its glowing disk. Its graceful spiral arms would stretch outward like delicate streams of silver light. Our Sun would appear as one tiny star among hundreds of billions. Earth would be far too small to see. Yet somewhere within one quiet spiral arm, life found the curiosity to look back toward the galactic center and wonder what rested there. That quiet act of wondering eventually carried humanity beyond its own planet. Beyond the outer worlds. Beyond the edge of the solar system. And now, at least in imagination, into the peaceful depths of the galaxy itself. The glow ahead becomes slightly brighter. Not because you are rushing toward it, but because your understanding continues to expand. The universe has not become smaller. It has simply become more familiar. And surrounded by that growing sense of wonder, you drift onward through the luminous river of the Milky Way, where countless more secrets patiently await. As your gaze slowly extends beyond the bright ribbon of the Milky Way, another realization begins to emerge. Our galaxy is immense. Yet it is not alone. Far beyond its spiral arms, countless other galaxies quietly drift through the vastness of space. Each one is an island of stars. Each one carries its own history across the universe. Some resemble elegant spirals, much like the Milky Way. Their graceful arms wrap around glowing centers, where billions of stars shine together. Others appear smooth and rounded. These elliptical galaxies contain ancient stars that have been burning steadily for billions of years. Still others have no simple shape at all. They seem scattered and irregular, as though gravity is patiently reshaping them over time. No two galaxies are exactly alike. Each has been sculpted by a unique cosmic journey. Some have lived peacefully for billions of years. Others have gently collided with neighboring galaxies, their stars passing one another without ever meeting. Despite their enormous size, galaxies are mostly empty space. Even during these magnificent encounters, individual stars rarely collide. Instead, gravity slowly rearranges entire galaxies, stretching their spiral arms into graceful streams of light. The transformation unfolds so gradually that millions of human lifetimes would pass before a noticeable change appeared. The universe never seems to rush its greatest works. Among all the distant galaxies, one quietly stands apart. Not because it is larger, but because it is our nearest great galactic neighbor. It is called Andromeda. Its soft glow has traveled for more than 2 million years before reaching our eyes. The light leaving Andromeda today began its journey long before the first humans walked the Earth. Only now has it arrived. Looking toward the galaxy is like opening a window into an unimaginably distant past. Within Andromeda shine roughly 1 trillion stars. Many are accompanied by planets. Some may host frozen worlds. Others may circle warm, steady suns. No one can say exactly what exists there. For now, its countless worlds remain silent companions across the cosmic sea. Our own Milky Way and Andromeda are slowly moving toward one another. Not quickly. Not violently. Simply following gravity's quiet invitation. Billions of years from now, the two galaxies will begin a graceful dance that lasts for ages. Their spiral arms will stretch and intertwine. New patterns of stars will emerge. Entirely new skies will appear across countless worlds. By then, our Sun itself will be nearing the final chapters of its long life. The universe is always changing. Even its grandest structures continue to evolve. Nothing remains exactly the same forever. Yet every change unfolds with remarkable patience. That patience seems to surround you now. The galaxies ahead do not feel distant. They feel timeless. Each glowing softly against the endless backdrop of space. Each carrying billions of untold stories. Somewhere within those distant islands of light, stars are being born at this very moment. Elsewhere, ancient suns are quietly fading after shining for billions of years. Every galaxy breathes in its own gentle rhythm. A rhythm so slow that it resembles stillness itself. You simply float and observe. There is no destination demanding your attention. Only the quiet privilege of witnessing a universe far larger than imagination once believed possible. The Milky Way gradually settles behind you, no longer the entire universe, but one beautiful chapter within a story that stretches far beyond the horizon. And ahead, scattered like luminous lanterns across an endless ocean, countless galaxies patiently await, each inviting your curiosity just a little farther into the infinite night. The galaxies before you may seem endlessly scattered. Yet many of them are not wandering alone. Just as stars gather into galaxies, galaxies themselves gather into quiet families. Gravity gently binds them together across millions of light years. Astronomers call these families galaxy groups. Our own Milky Way belongs to one known as the Local Group. It is home to more than 50 known galaxies. Most are small dwarf galaxies, quietly orbiting their much larger companions. Only a few dominate the neighborhood. The Milky Way, Andromeda, the Triangulum Galaxy. Together they shape the gentle rhythm of this corner of the universe. The smaller galaxies drift around them like quiet companions, each following paths traced by gravity over billions of years. From a distance, the Local Group resembles a tiny village scattered across an immense cosmic landscape. The spaces between its galaxies are enormous. Millions of light years separate one from another. Yet gravity patiently keeps them connected. Even here, relationships matter. Nothing in the universe is truly isolated. Every galaxy subtly influences its neighbors. Every motion becomes part of a much larger dance. Beyond the Local Group lie countless other gatherings. Some contain hundreds of galaxies. Others contain thousands. These enormous collections are known as galaxy clusters. Seen from afar, they resemble luminous cities floating within the darkness. The galaxies inside a cluster move slowly around one another. Invisible gravity guides every path. Occasionally two galaxies pass close enough to gently reshape each other. Over immense stretches of time, entirely new structures emerge. The universe is constantly creating, rearranging, and evolving. Not through haste, but through extraordinary patience. Even the largest structures in existence continue their quiet journeys. Nothing stands completely still. Every galaxy travels through space. Every cluster moves as well. Together they form vast networks stretching across the observable universe. If you could step back even farther, the galaxies would no longer appear randomly scattered. Instead, they would reveal delicate threads stretching in every direction. Long filaments of galaxies connect enormous clusters like strands in a magnificent cosmic web. Between those glowing threads lie immense regions where very few galaxies exist. These vast cosmic voids span hundreds of millions of light-years. They are among the emptiest places known. Yet even emptiness has its place in the universe's design. Without the quiet spaces between them, the great web of galaxies could never reveal its graceful shape. The larger your view becomes, the more remarkable the universe appears. Patterns emerge where chaos once seemed to exist. Order quietly reveals itself. Not because anything has changed. Only because your perspective has grown. The Milky Way is no longer simply your home galaxy. It has become one luminous thread within an unimaginably larger tapestry. And as your peaceful voyage continues, that tapestry stretches farther than the eye, or even the imagination, can comfortably follow, inviting you ever deeper into the quiet architecture of the cosmos. For a long while, the cosmic web seems to stretch without end. Its luminous threads fade gently into the distance, disappearing beyond the limits of sight. It is tempting to imagine that, given enough time, you could simply continue forever. Yet even the universe offers a horizon. Not because something blocks your view. Not because a wall stands in the distance. But because light itself has traveled for only a finite amount of time. The universe has existed for approximately 13.8 billion years. During that time, light has crossed unimaginable distances. Still, there are places whose light has not yet had enough time to reach us. Those regions remain hidden. Not forever. Simply beyond the reach of today's observations. Astronomers call everything we are able to see the observable universe. It is not the whole universe. It is only the portion whose ancient light has finally arrived. Beyond that invisible horizon, the cosmos almost certainly continues. Whether it stretches forever or eventually ends is one of the greatest unanswered questions in science. The thought is strangely peaceful. It reminds you that mystery has always been part of discovery. Every generation believes it has reached the edge of knowledge. Then another horizon quietly appears. New instruments reveal fainter galaxies. Sharper telescopes uncover older light. Questions once thought impossible slowly become understandable. The universe rewards patience. Never all at once. Always one discovery at a time. As your imagination drifts toward that distant horizon, you picture the oldest light ever observed. It began its journey when the universe itself was remarkably young. Long before stars illuminated the darkness. Long before planets circled quiet suns. Even before the Milky Way had taken shape. That ancient glow still surrounds us today. Faint. Almost perfectly uniform. A gentle whisper from the earliest chapter of cosmic history. Every direction holds the same delicate echo. No matter where you look, you are seeing the universe as it once was. Looking deeper into space is also looking farther into time. Distance and history become inseparable companions. The farther your eyes travel, the younger the universe appears. Nearby galaxies reveal relatively recent chapters. More distant ones show the cosmos in its youth. The oldest light reveals an age when almost everything was still waiting to begin. Your journey has carried you farther than any spacecraft has ever traveled. Farther than the imagination of ancient sky watchers could have reached. Yet the greatest surprise is not the immense distance. It is how connected everything has become. The icy plains of Pluto, the quiet orbit of Voyager, the glowing river of the Milky Way, the countless neighboring galaxies, the delicate threads of the cosmic web. Each belongs to the very same universe. Each chapter naturally leads to the next. The horizon before you remains softly illuminated, not as a boundary, but as an invitation. A reminder that beyond every answer, another beautiful question patiently waits. And with quiet wonder, you continue onward, following the oldest light in existence into the peaceful depths of the cosmos. The ancient light before you has traveled farther than any other light we have ever observed. It began its journey when the universe was only about 380,000 years old. Compared with its present age, it was still an infant. The first stars had not yet appeared. The first galaxies had not yet formed. The cosmos was only beginning to become transparent. Before that time, the universe was so incredibly hot that light could not travel freely. Every photon was constantly scattered by energetic particles. The cosmos was like a brilliant fog, glowing intensely but revealing nothing beyond itself. Then, as the universe slowly expanded, it cooled. Electrons joined with atomic nuclei to form the first neutral atoms. Almost instantly, light was able to move freely through space for the very first time. That ancient light has never stopped traveling. Even now, it continues its quiet journey across the universe. Astronomers know it as the cosmic microwave background. It surrounds us completely. Every direction you look reveals the same faint glow. Not because Earth occupies a special place, but because this ancient light fills the observable universe itself. It is the oldest photograph we can ever hope to see. Not a picture taken by a camera, but one painted by the universe itself. At first glance, the cosmic microwave background appears almost perfectly smooth. Yet careful measurements reveal tiny variations. Some regions are only a fraction of a degree warmer than others. The differences are astonishingly small. Far less than 1/1000th of a degree. Yet those tiny variations changed everything. They became the seeds from which galaxies would eventually grow. Gravity slowly gathered matter around those slightly denser regions. Over hundreds of millions of years, the first stars ignited. Galaxies emerged. Clusters formed. The magnificent cosmic web slowly unfolded. Every galaxy you have imagined on this journey can trace its origins back to those nearly invisible patterns. It is remarkable to think that the largest structures in existence began as the gentlest of differences. The universe did not require dramatic beginnings. Only patience. Only time. Only gravity quietly doing its work. Perhaps that is one of its greatest lessons. Even the smallest beginnings can lead to extraordinary outcomes. You continue watching that ancient glow with quiet admiration. Its light has crossed nearly the entire history of the cosmos simply to arrive here. Every photon carries a message from an age long before the Earth existed. Long before the Sun. Long before any familiar star illuminated the darkness. It is a whisper from the beginning. A reminder that every chapter of the universe remains connected to the one before it. Nothing appeared all at once. Everything grew naturally from what came earlier. The stars. The planets. The oceans. Life itself. Each became possible because the universe patiently unfolded one moment after another. The oldest light slowly fades into the background once more. Not because it disappears, but because it has become part of everything around you. It is the quiet foundation beneath every galaxy, every star, and every world you have visited in imagination. And resting within that ancient glow, you drift onward, carried gently through a universe whose earliest memories still shine across the endless sea of time. The universe now feels both immeasurably vast and strangely familiar. The farther your imagination has traveled, the more connected everything has become. The smallest moon, the brightest galaxy, the oldest light, each belongs to the same magnificent story. It is easy to think of space as something distant, a place reserved for astronauts, observatories, and powerful telescopes. Yet every atom within your own body was shaped by the universe long before Earth existed. The calcium in your bones, the iron flowing through your blood, the oxygen filling your lungs. Each was forged inside ancient stars that completed their lives billions of years ago. Long before the Sun was born, those stars quietly enriched the galaxy with the ingredients that would one day become planets. And eventually, life. In that sense, the universe has always been part of you. You have never truly been separate from it. Every breath connects you to a history far older than humanity itself. Every heartbeat carries atoms that have crossed unimaginable distances through both space and time. The stars are not merely above you. In a very real way, they are within you. That realization settles gently into your thoughts. Not as something overwhelming, but as something wonderfully simple. The universe is not only a place we observe. It is also the place from which we came. Perhaps that is why looking toward the stars often feels so familiar. Perhaps curiosity itself is part of our inheritance. The same forces that gathered clouds of gas into stars also gathered tiny particles into planets. On one small world, those particles eventually learn to ask questions, to wonder, to imagine journeys beyond their own horizon. Even now, sitting safely on Earth, humanity continues reaching farther into the darkness. New telescopes patiently search for distant worlds. Spacecraft quietly explore unfamiliar frontiers. Each discovery becomes another step in a journey that has only just begun. There is still so much waiting to be understood. Countless planets remain unseen. Countless stars have yet to receive names. Entire galaxies continue shining beyond the limits of today's instruments. The universe is under no obligation to reveal everything at once. Its greatest treasures often reward those willing to wait. Those willing to keep looking. Your own journey has never been about reaching the edge of space. It has been about seeing familiar things in a new way. The moon became more than a light in the night sky. The planets became living worlds with unique stories. The solar system became one quiet neighborhood among billions. The Milky Way became one galaxy among countless others. And the universe became something far richer than empty space. It became a place filled with history, with motion, with endless possibility. A gentle feeling of gratitude quietly grows. Not because every mystery has been solved, but because so many mysteries still remain. Wonder does not disappear as knowledge grows. It simply becomes deeper, more peaceful, more beautiful. Ahead, the ancient light continues to glow with quiet patience. Behind you, every world you have visited remains faithfully on its endless journey around the sun. Nothing has truly been left behind. Everything continues exactly as it should. And surrounded by the calm rhythm of the cosmos, you drift onward, carrying with you the quiet understanding that every journey through the universe is also, in its own gentle way, a journey home. Without even realizing it, you begin to look back. Not because the journey is ending, simply because distance has changed the way you see where it began. The solar system is now far behind. Its familiar worlds have become tiny memories suspended within an ocean of stars. Mercury still races faithfully around the sun. Venus remains wrapped in its brilliant clouds. Earth continues its gentle orbit, carrying every ocean, every forest, every mountain, and every dream along with it. Mars patiently circles beside it, its quiet deserts unchanged. Farther outward, the giant planets continue their endless revolutions. Jupiter's storms still swirl beneath towering clouds. Saturn's magnificent rings still catch the sunlight. Uranus quietly turns upon its side. Neptune remains surrounded by the deep blue twilight of the distant sun. Beyond them, Pluto continues its graceful dance with Charon. The Kuiper belt quietly circles the solar system's edge. Voyager drifts ever farther into interstellar space. None of these journeys have paused. Not for a single moment. The universe never asks anything to stop. Everything simply continues. It is comforting to imagine that while you have wandered through galaxies and ancient light, home has remained beautifully consistent. Children have watched sunsets. Rain has fallen across quiet valleys. Snow has settled softly upon distant mountains. Waves have continued meeting familiar shores. Life has unfolded one peaceful day at a time. The Earth has never noticed how far your imagination has traveled. It simply continues turning beneath the sun, just as it always has. Perhaps that is one of the greatest comforts in the cosmos. No matter how far curiosity carries you, there is always something steady waiting in the distance. Something familiar. Something that quietly reminds you where your story began. Home is not defined by size, nor by its place within the universe. It is defined by the memories it gently holds. A small blue world can mean more than an entire galaxy. Not because it is greater, but because it is known. Because it is loved. The stars surrounding you seem to glow a little warmer with that thought. The immense universe no longer feels overwhelming. It feels welcoming. Every distant galaxy, every silent nebula, every ancient photon. They are no longer strangers. They have become companions along an extraordinary journey. The river of light stretches endlessly in every direction. Yet somewhere within that endless beauty, one ordinary yellow star quietly shines. Around it, a single blue planet continues its peaceful orbit. From this unimaginable distance, it is almost invisible. And yet, somehow, it remains the brightest place in your thoughts. You carry that quiet image with you as the stars slowly drift by. Not as an ending, only as a gentle reminder. No matter how vast the universe becomes, every great journey begins with one small world looking up at the night sky and wondering what lies beyond. The stars continue their quiet procession around you. There is no beginning. There is no end. Only an endless unfolding of light, distance, and time. The universe seems content simply to exist. For a moment, you stop searching for the next remarkable object. No new planet waits ahead. No hidden galaxy demands your attention. Instead, you simply allow yourself to float within the vastness, noticing how peaceful the cosmos has become. Without a destination, every direction feels equally beautiful. Without urgency, every moment feels complete. The longer you remain here, the more familiar the darkness becomes. It is no longer empty. It is filled with subtle shades of light. Tiny galaxies shimmer like distant embers. Stars glow with quiet confidence. Even the spaces between them seem to possess their own gentle character. What once appeared to be nothing now feels wonderfully full. The universe has quietly taught your eyes how to see. It has also taught your thoughts how to slow down. Far below, if such a direction could truly exist in space, countless galaxies continue their patient dance. Far above, more galaxies stretch toward horizons no imagination could ever fully reach. Every direction is equally extraordinary. Every direction is equally infinite. There is no center from which everything expands. No privileged place where the universe begins. Every observer, wherever they may be, experiences the cosmos from their own unique window. That simple truth carries an unexpected beauty. Home is not the center of the universe. Yet from home, the entire universe can be explored through curiosity. A child looking through a small telescope. An astronomer guiding a great observatory. A spacecraft quietly leaving the solar system. Each is participating in the very same journey. Not a race across space, but a quiet conversation with the cosmos. Curiosity has always traveled farther than rockets. Long before humanity could leave Earth, imagination had already crossed the stars. Stories reached the moon before footprints did. Dreams visited distant planets before spacecraft arrived. Sometimes the first step toward discovery is simply allowing yourself to wonder. Perhaps that is why the night sky has never lost its magic. Even after centuries of exploration, it still invites new questions. New dreams. New journeys. You realize that wonder is unlike any other treasure. The more it is shared, the larger it becomes. Every generation inherits the discoveries of those before it. Then gently adds another page to the story. The universe remains unchanged. Only our understanding continues to grow. Some future traveler may one day stand where imagination carries you now. They may look back toward the tiny yellow star we call the sun and remember that every great voyage began there. They may continue beyond horizons that today remain unreachable. The story will never truly end. It will simply welcome new explorers. Around you, the gentle glow of countless galaxies continues without interruption. Their ancient light crosses the immense silence with unwavering patience. It asks for nothing. It expects nothing. It simply shines. And as you drift peacefully through that endless sea of stars, you discover that the greatest destination was never a distant world at all. It was the quiet sense of wonder that has been traveling beside you since the very beginning. Almost without noticing, one final image begins to form within your thoughts. Not because it is brighter than the galaxies. Not because it is larger than the stars. But because it is familiar. Far away, hidden within the gentle glow of one ordinary star, rests a world unlike any other you have imagined. Seen from this extraordinary distance, Earth cannot be distinguished from the light of the sun. Its mountains disappear. Its oceans vanish. Its clouds become invisible. Everything that has ever happened there is contained within a point too small for the eye to find. And yet, within that invisible point, an astonishing story continues. Every language ever spoken. Every piece of music ever composed. Every painting. Every poem. Every quiet conversation beneath a summer sky. All of it belongs to that tiny, unseen world. The realization does not make Earth feel insignificant. Quite the opposite. It makes it wonderfully precious. A place does not become important because it is large. It becomes important because life has given it meaning. Among countless worlds, one became home. Among billions of stars, one offered warmth. Among endless possibilities, one small planet learned to dream. Perhaps that is the greatest miracle of all. You think about the people quietly living beneath Earth's sky at this very moment. Some are watching the sunrise. Others are falling asleep beneath the stars. Some are crossing oceans. Others are climbing mountains. Children are laughing. Birds are singing. Rain is falling somewhere. Snow is drifting somewhere else. Life continues in countless ordinary moments, each one beautiful simply because it exists. From out here, there are no borders. No cities. No countries. Only one small world wrapped in a fragile atmosphere. One shared home traveling faithfully around an ordinary yellow star. It has always been enough. The universe never asked Earth to be the largest planet, or the brightest, only to become a place where life could quietly flourish. And somehow, against unimaginable odds, it did. That thought settles gently within you. Not as pride, not as certainty, but as gratitude. Gratitude for blue oceans, for green forests, for fresh air after rain, for familiar voices, for nights spent looking upward and wondering what waited beyond the stars. Without those quiet moments of curiosity, this journey would never have begun. Every great voyage starts with a single question. Every discovery begins with someone willing to look beyond the horizon. The universe has answered many of those questions. Yet it has also offered countless new ones in return. Perhaps that is its greatest gift. Not perfect knowledge, but endless inspiration. Ahead, the galaxies continue shining with patient grace. Behind you, the little blue world continues its gentle orbit around the sun, carrying every living thing through the vastness of space without ever missing a step. And surrounded by the quiet brilliance of the cosmos, you allow yourself one last peaceful glance toward home before the endless universe softly carries your thoughts onward into the stars. The deeper your imagination travels into the universe, the quieter everything becomes. The galaxies are still there. The stars continue to shine. Yet the immense distances between them begin to reveal a different kind of beauty. One born not from abundance, but from space itself. It is easy to imagine the universe as crowded with stars. Photographs often show brilliant clusters and glowing nebulae. But those images capture only the brightest moments. Most of the cosmos is astonishingly empty. Even within a galaxy, stars are separated by enormous distances. Between galaxies, those distances become almost impossible to comprehend. Millions of light-years of nearly perfect emptiness stretch in every direction. Yet that emptiness is not truly nothing. Tiny particles drift silently through the darkness. Invisible fields extend across the cosmos. Ancient photons continue their patient journeys. Gravity quietly reaches across unimaginable distances, gently shaping everything it touches. Even the quietest regions remain connected to the greater universe. Nothing exists entirely alone. You begin to appreciate that solitude and loneliness are not the same. The universe often appears solitary, but it is never disconnected. Every galaxy feels the pull of its neighbors. Every star carries the memory of the cloud from which it was born. Every atom still follows the same quiet laws that have guided the cosmos since its earliest moments. Connection exists even where the eye cannot easily see it. Perhaps people are not so different. Sometimes the strongest connections are invisible. Shared memories, kindness, curiosity, hope. Like gravity, they quietly shape lives without asking for attention. The thought drifts gently through your mind before dissolving into the stillness once more. There is no need to hold on to it. The universe never rushes a reflection. It simply offers one, then quietly moves on. Ahead, the darkness stretches farther than imagination can comfortably follow. Yet it no longer feels empty. It feels peaceful. A vast canvas upon which every star paints its own small stroke of light. No single star illuminates the universe. Together, they do. No single galaxy defines the cosmos. Together, they create its beauty. Perhaps that is true of every story. Each chapter seems small while it is being lived. Only later does the larger picture quietly emerge. Your own journey through the solar system now feels like one gentle thread woven into something far greater. From the rocky surface of Mercury to the frozen plains of Pluto, beyond the patient Voyager, past the glowing heart of the Milky Way, across galaxies and the ancient light that has crossed nearly the whole history of the universe. Every step has belonged to the same peaceful voyage. Nothing has been separate. Everything has been connected from the very beginning. The realization asks for no applause. It simply rests beside you, as calm and timeless as the stars themselves. And surrounded by the quiet embrace of the cosmos, you continue drifting forward, allowing the endless universe to reveal itself one serene moment at a time. A single beam of starlight slips quietly across the darkness. It asks for no attention. It leaves no trail behind it. Yet it continues forward with unwavering purpose, crossing distances so vast that even imagination struggles to follow. The light from a nearby star may spend years traveling before reaching another world. The glow from a distant galaxy may wander through space for billions of years before finally arriving. Some of the light surrounding you tonight began its journey long before Earth had continents as we know them. It has crossed expanding space without ever growing tired. Every photon is a patient traveler. It never pauses. It never chooses a different path. Once its journey begins, it simply continues until something welcomes its arrival. Perhaps a planet. Perhaps a telescope. Or perhaps the quiet eyes of someone gazing upward on a peaceful evening. That simple meeting completes a voyage that may have lasted longer than the history of life itself. There is something wonderfully humbling about that thought. The light touching your eyes has seen far more of the universe than any traveler ever could. It has crossed silent regions where no planets circle nearby stars. It has passed invisible clouds drifting between galaxies. It has witnessed the slow expansion of the cosmos itself. Although light travels faster than anything else in nature, the universe is so immense that even light must be patient. It reminds you that speed and haste are not the same. One is simply motion. The other is a feeling. The universe seems to know only the first. It moves with extraordinary precision, never rushing, never hesitating. Every sunrise on Earth arrives exactly when it should. Every orbit unfolds with quiet consistency. Every galaxy follows the gentle pull of gravity across unimaginable spans of time. Nothing forces the universe forward. It simply becomes what the next moment allows. As you drift peacefully through the endless darkness, countless streams of light continue flowing around you. Some pass one another without ever meeting. Others converge after journeys lasting billions of years. Together they weave an invisible tapestry stretching across the whole observable universe. Without light, there would be no stories to tell. No galaxies to admire. No planets to discover. No ancient memories arriving from the beginning of time. Light is the universe's oldest messenger, patiently carrying every chapter from one age to the next. You quietly imagine standing beneath Earth's night sky once again. Looking upward, every familiar star would seem unchanged. Yet now you know each one is sending a message across time. The sky is not simply beautiful. It is speaking. Not with words. Not with sound. But with light that has traveled faithfully across the cosmos simply to arrive in that single moment. The realization fills the silence with quiet meaning. Every evening beneath the stars becomes an opportunity to witness ancient journeys finally reaching their destination. Perhaps that is why the night sky has inspired wonder for so many generations. It has always been carrying stories. Humanity simply learned how to read them. The ancient travelers continue their endless voyage through the universe. Some will never encounter another world. Others will quietly illuminate distant horizons long after today's stars have changed. And surrounded by their gentle radiance, you allow yourself to drift onward, following the timeless paths that light has traced across the peaceful ocean of the cosmos. Eventually, your attention settles upon the farthest reaches of the visible universe. Not on a particular galaxy. Not on a brilliant star. But on the quiet horizon where even light begins to surrender to distance. It is a place defined not by what can be seen, but by what remains just beyond sight. Every year, the universe grows a little larger. Space itself continues to expand, gently carrying galaxies farther apart. This motion is unlike anything experienced within the solar system. Galaxies are not simply flying through space. The fabric of space itself is slowly stretching between them. Imagine tiny points resting upon the surface of an inflating balloon. As the balloon grows, every point moves away from every other. No single point is the center. The surface simply becomes larger. In much the same way, the universe quietly expands in every direction. It has been doing so for nearly the entirety of its existence. The galaxies you observed earlier continue shining just as faithfully as ever. Yet many of them are gradually becoming more distant. Not because they wish to leave. Not because gravity has failed. Simply because the universe itself is still unfolding. It is an endless process. Gentle. Patient. Almost impossible to notice over a single lifetime. One day, unimaginably far in the future, some of the galaxies visible today will drift beyond the observable horizon. Their ancient light will no longer be able to reach future observers. They will not disappear. They will simply become unreachable. Still shining. Still existing. Only beyond the limits of what can ever be seen. There is a quiet beauty in that thought. Not every part of the universe is meant to be witnessed. Some places will remain mysteries forever. Not because they are hidden, but because distance itself becomes an insurmountable companion. The universe teaches acceptance as gently as it teaches curiosity. Some questions receive beautiful answers. Others remain invitations to wonder. Neither is more valuable than the other. You allow yourself to simply observe. No desire to reach every galaxy. No need to solve every mystery. The peaceful journey has never depended upon arriving anywhere. It has always lived within the quiet act of exploration. Far behind, the Milky Way has become another distant glow among countless others. The solar system is far beyond sight. Earth is now only a memory carried gently within your thoughts. Yet somehow, it never feels far away. Home does not disappear simply because distance increases. It quietly travels with you. The universe stretches endlessly ahead, larger than any map could contain and older than any story could fully describe. Its horizons continue to expand with patient grace, inviting future generations to ask the same timeless question that has echoed beneath Earth's skies for thousands of years. What lies just beyond? No answer arrives. Only silence. Warm. Endless. And filled with possibility. Wrapped in that gentle silence, you continue your peaceful voyage through the ever-expanding cosmos, where every horizon is simply the beginning of another beautiful mystery. As the endless horizon fades softly into the distance, your thoughts drift toward a question that has fascinated generations of astronomers. What will become of all this? Will the universe always look as it does tonight? Or is it quietly changing, even now, in ways too slow for any single lifetime to notice? The answer begins with time. The stars surrounding you are not everlasting. Each one carries a quiet reserve of fuel deep within its heart. For millions, billions, or even trillions of years, they patiently transform hydrogen into light. Eventually, every star reaches a moment when that gentle process begins to change. The most massive stars live brilliant but remarkably short lives. They burn with extraordinary intensity, shining fiercely for only a few million years before ending in spectacular explosions. Smaller stars are far more patient. Our own sun belongs to this quieter family. It has already shone for about 4.5 billion years. Even so, it still has billions more years of gentle light to offer. Far into the future, it will slowly grow into a red giant. Its outer layers will expand far beyond their present boundaries. the inner planets will face a dramatically different sky. Mercury will disappear. Venus will almost certainly share the same fate. Earth's future remains uncertain, but its familiar oceans and forests will have long since faded beneath the changing sun. Yet even then, the universe will not mourn. It will simply continue unfolding, just as it always has. Beyond our solar system, countless new stars will continue to form. Great clouds of gas will quietly gather under gravity. Fresh points of light will awaken within the darkness. New planetary systems will begin their own stories while older ones gently reach their final chapters. The universe has never depended upon a single star. Its beauty comes from endless renewal. Even galaxies continue to evolve. Slowly, their brightest young stars fade. New generations take their place. Over unimaginable stretches of time, the rhythm continues with remarkable consistency. Birth, change, transformation. Not endings. Simply new beginnings wearing different forms. Perhaps that is one of the quiet lessons hidden within the cosmos. Nothing truly stands still. Yet nothing is ever entirely lost. The atoms forged inside one ancient star eventually become part of another. The dust from vanished worlds may one day gather into planets that have not yet been imagined. Every ending quietly prepares the way for another beginning. You let that thought settle gently beside you. It carries no sadness, only peace. The universe does not fear the passing of time. It welcomes it. Every passing age adds another chapter to a story still being written. Around you, the galaxies continue their graceful journey through expanding space. Their light remains calm, their motion almost imperceptible. The future is already unfolding within every beam that crosses the darkness. And although no one can witness the entire story, it is comforting to know that the universe will continue its patient voyage, carrying new stars, new worlds, and new wonders into ages yet to come. There is one quality the universe possesses more completely than anything else. Not its size, not its beauty, not even its mystery. It is patience. Everything you have witnessed on this journey has required time beyond ordinary imagination. Mountains of ice rose slowly upon distant Pluto. The giant planets gathered from swirling clouds of dust. The Milky Way completed only a handful of rotations during the entire history of complex life on Earth. Galaxies themselves have spent billions of years gently shaping one another through gravity alone. Nothing was hurried. Nothing was forced. The universe has never needed to rush. Even now, while you quietly drift among the stars, change continues everywhere. It is simply too gentle to notice from one moment to the next. A planet completes another fraction of its orbit. A distant nebula grows ever so slightly denser. A star quietly transforms another handful of hydrogen into light. Tiny changes, almost invisible. Yet given enough time, they become entire worlds. Perhaps that is one of nature's quietest secrets. Great things rarely happen all at once. They are built from countless peaceful moments that seem almost insignificant while they are unfolding. Imagine watching a single mountain grow. For 1 second, nothing appears different. For one day, the landscape seems unchanged. Even after a lifetime, the transformation would be almost impossible to notice. Yet after millions of years, an entirely new horizon may stand before you. The universe works in much the same way. Its greatest achievements are measured not in moments, but in ages. The stars seem to understand this perfectly. None tries to shine more brightly than it was meant to. None attempts to outrun time. Each quietly fulfills its place within the larger harmony. There is something deeply comforting about that quiet confidence. The cosmos never compares one star to another. A small red dwarf is no less important than a brilliant blue giant. Each contributes its own light. Each tells its own story. Perhaps the beauty of the universe lies not in perfection, but in balance. Every world has its season. Every star its lifetime. Every galaxy its graceful path through the expanding cosmos. Nothing is wasted. Nothing exists without belonging to something larger. The thought settles gently around you like starlight. Without realizing it, the vastness no longer feels intimidating. Instead, it feels reassuring. The universe has existed for billions of years before tonight. It will continue for billions more after tonight. Yet for this one quiet moment, you have been allowed to drift through it in peaceful imagination. That alone feels like a remarkable gift. Far ahead, the darkness remains endless. Not empty. Simply unwritten. Filled with chapters that time has not yet revealed. Behind you, every place you have visited continues exactly as before. The planets keep turning. The stars keep shining. The galaxies keep drifting. Nothing waits. Nothing pauses. And somehow, that gentle continuity is more comforting than any destination could ever be. Carried by the steady rhythm of the cosmos, you continue onward without hurry, allowing the timeless patience of the universe to become, little by little, your own. Although your imagination has wandered farther than any spacecraft has ever traveled, a quiet thought begins to return. Every place you have visited shares something in common. The same universe stretches above them all. Whether you stood upon the icy plains of Pluto, or imagined a distant world circling another star, or drifted between galaxies separated by millions of light years, the same cosmos surrounds each one. Its appearance may change. Its stars may shift into unfamiliar patterns. Yet it remains the same universe, patiently unfolding everywhere at once. A traveler standing on Mercury would see a brilliant sun dominating the sky. On Neptune, sunlight would appear soft and distant. Around another star entirely, unfamiliar constellations would quietly replace the ones known from Earth. Even so, every observer would still be looking into the same endless sea. Different windows. The same sky. There is something quietly comforting about that idea. Distance changes perspective. It does not change reality. The laws guiding a tiny grain of dust near Saturn are the very same laws shaping galaxies beyond imagination. Gravity never forgets. Light never grows uncertain. Time never loses its steady rhythm. The universe speaks one quiet language everywhere. You begin to imagine countless eyes looking upward across the cosmos. Perhaps somewhere, on a distant world beneath an unfamiliar constellation, another curious observer pauses to admire the night. They might wonder whether anyone else has ever looked back. Whether another small world circles another quiet star. Whether somewhere, across the immeasurable darkness, another mind is asking the very same questions. No answer is needed. The wondering itself feels enough. curiosity does not belong to one planet. It belongs to every heart willing to look beyond the horizon. It asks no permission. It simply grows whenever the night sky invites another thoughtful gaze. The stars continue shining with effortless grace. None competes with another. Each quietly adds its light to the greater whole. The galaxy becomes brighter because every star contributes exactly what it can. Perhaps that is true far beyond astronomy. Great beauty is rarely created by one brilliant light alone. More often, it emerges from countless small lights shining together. A single star. A single planet. A single question. Each may seem modest on its own. Yet together they become the story of the universe itself. You carry that quiet realization with you as the galaxies drift peacefully across the endless darkness. The journey no longer feels like a voyage away from home. Instead, it feels like discovering that home has always been part of something infinitely larger. The stars above Earth. The stars above distant worlds. The stars beyond the edge of every galaxy. All belong to the same timeless sky. And beneath that shared universe, your peaceful journey continues, carried gently onward by the silent light that has connected every corner of the cosmos since the beginning of time. If the universe could remember, its memory would not be written in words. It would be written in light. In gravity. In the slow movement of stars across billions of years. Every corner of the cosmos quietly carries the story of everything that came before. The oldest stars in the Milky Way have witnessed nearly the entire history of our galaxy. Long before Earth formed, they were already shining. They watched new stars emerge from drifting clouds. They watched spiral arms slowly change their shape. They watched generations of suns quietly come and go. Yet they never hurried. They simply continued to shine. Every star is, in its own way, a silent witness to time. Unlike people, stars do not remember yesterday. They leave no written history. Still, their light preserves clues about the past. Astronomers have learned to read those clues with remarkable care. The color of a star. Its temperature. Its composition. Its gentle motion through the galaxy. Each reveals another small piece of an ancient story. The universe rarely speaks directly. Instead, it leaves quiet traces for patient minds to discover. Even the faintest beam of light can carry astonishing information. By studying its colors, scientists can learn which elements exist inside a distant star. Hydrogen. Helium. Carbon. Oxygen. Iron. The very same elements found within Earth. The very same elements that became oceans, mountains, forests, and life itself. Across unimaginable distances, the language of light remains unchanged. It quietly reminds you that the universe is built from the same simple ingredients everywhere. Complexity grows from simplicity. Countless worlds. Countless galaxies. Yet always the same fundamental building blocks. The thought feels beautifully elegant. Nothing extravagant was required. Only time. Only gravity. Only a handful of elements patiently finding new ways to come together. Perhaps that is why the cosmos feels so harmonious. Its greatest masterpieces were created using surprisingly simple rules. Around you, the stars continue their timeless work. They ask for nothing in return. They simply illuminate the darkness, allowing future generations to understand a little more than those who came before. In that quiet way, every star becomes a teacher. Every galaxy becomes a page within an endless library. Every photon becomes a messenger carrying another fragment of the universe's memory. You find yourself listening to that silent conversation without needing words. The cosmos has never spoken aloud. Its stories have always arrived gently, one ray of light at a time. And as countless ancient messengers continue crossing the infinite darkness, you drift peacefully among them, grateful to witness even a single page from the extraordinary story they have been telling since the dawn of the universe. For as much as humanity has learned about the universe, an even greater mystery still remains. Every discovery seems to uncover another question waiting quietly behind it. The more clearly we see the cosmos, the more beautifully mysterious it becomes. Perhaps that has always been its nature. Astronomers have measured the ages of stars. They have mapped distant galaxies. They have watched planets circling suns hundreds of light-years away. They have listened to the faint echo of the universe's earliest light. Yet the cosmos still keeps many of its deepest secrets. No one knows exactly what happened before the universe became transparent. No one knows with certainty whether space extends forever. No one has yet discovered why the laws of nature possess precisely the values that allow stars, planets, and life to exist. These mysteries do not diminish our understanding. They enrich it. Every unanswered question becomes another horizon inviting quiet exploration. Among the greatest mysteries is something we cannot even see. Astronomers call it dark matter. It neither shines nor reflects light. No telescope has ever captured its image. And yet, throughout the universe, its invisible gravity quietly reveals that it is there. Galaxies rotate more quickly than visible matter alone can explain. Galaxy clusters remain bound together more strongly than expected. Again and again, the same invisible presence gently announces itself. Like a breeze felt upon your skin though never seen with your eyes, dark matter quietly shapes the universe without revealing its face. Alongside it is another even stranger mystery. The expansion of the universe is not slowing down. It is gradually becoming faster. Something appears to be gently pushing the cosmos apart. Astronomers call this unknown influence dark energy. Despite its name, it is not darkness in the ordinary sense. It is simply a name for something whose true nature remains unknown. Together, dark matter and dark energy make up most of the universe. Everything familiar, every star, every planet, every moon, every galaxy you have visited during this journey represents only a small fraction of the cosmos. The thought might seem surprising, yet it is also deeply inspiring. Even after centuries of observation, the universe still has so much left to teach. Its greatest chapters may still lie ahead. Perhaps future generations will understand what today remains hidden. Perhaps entirely new questions will replace the old ones. That has always been the rhythm of discovery. Knowledge never closes the story. It quietly opens another page. You feel no urgency to solve these mysteries yourself. Simply knowing they exist is enough. Wonder does not demand immediate answers. It asks only that curiosity remain alive. The stars continue shining exactly as they always have. Whether their deepest secrets are understood or not, their light continues crossing the darkness with perfect patience. The universe has never required complete understanding to be beautiful. Its mysteries are part of its beauty. Its unanswered questions are part of its invitation. Surrounded by that quiet sense of possibility, you drift onward through the endless cosmos, content to let some wonders remain beautifully unknown, waiting patiently for minds that have not yet been born. After wandering through stars, galaxies, and the oldest light in existence, a gentle question quietly appears. Where, exactly, is home? Not just within the solar system. Not only within the Milky Way, but within the universe itself. The answer unfolds like a set of nested circles. Earth is one planet orbiting an ordinary yellow star. That star is the Sun. The Sun belongs to the Orion Arm, one of the graceful spiral arms of the Milky Way. The Milky Way is part of the local group. The local group lies within a much larger gathering of galaxies known as the Virgo supercluster. And beyond that, it forms just one tiny thread within the immense cosmic web stretching across the observable universe. Every step outward reveals a larger home embracing the one before it. The pattern feels almost poetic. A planet within a solar system. A solar system within a galaxy. A galaxy within a group. A group within an even greater structure. Layer upon layer, the universe quietly arranges itself with remarkable harmony. No boundary truly stands alone. Every home belongs to another home beyond it. The farther you look, the more connected everything becomes. It is remarkable to think that every person who has ever lived shared this same cosmic address. Every explorer, every artist, every scientist, every child who ever looked up at the stars, all have traveled together aboard the same small planet, circling the same quiet star through the same galaxy. Although human lives may seem separate, the universe has always carried them together. Even now, as Earth quietly completes another ordinary day, it continues its extraordinary voyage through space. The planet spins gently beneath familiar skies. It circles the Sun. The Sun circles the Milky Way. The Milky Way drifts with its neighboring galaxies. And the entire cosmic web continues its patient evolution across the expanding universe. Motion exists everywhere. Yet from the ground beneath your feet, everything feels wonderfully still. Perhaps that is one of the universe's quietest gifts. Its greatest movements are often the ones we never notice. The Earth has never asked you to feel its journey. It simply carries you along with perfect consistency. Every sunrise, every changing season, every familiar night, all unfold aboard a world already traveling through the cosmos at astonishing speed. Without effort, without sound, without interruption. The thought brings an unexpected sense of belonging. You are not merely looking at the universe. You have always been traveling within it. Every breath has been taken aboard a moving world. Every dream has unfolded beneath a sky that itself is quietly in motion. The journey did not begin when you left Earth in imagination. It began the moment you were born beneath its stars. Long before you ever noticed. Long before you ever wondered. The galaxies continue glowing softly around you. Their ancient light asks for nothing except quiet attention. Your own small corner of the cosmos feels no less extraordinary because it is small. If anything, it feels even more precious. For within that tiny corner of the universe, consciousness awoke, curiosity blossomed, and one peaceful journey through the solar system became a voyage across the entire cosmos. And with that comforting thought beside you, you continue onward, carried gently through the endless universe, always knowing that no matter how vast it becomes, you have never truly been separate from it. There is a rhythm to the universe. Not one you can hear. Not one marked by the ticking of a clock. It is a rhythm measured in orbits, in light, and in the gentle passage of time. Once you begin to notice it, it seems to exist everywhere. The moon circles Earth with quiet devotion. Earth circles the sun. The planets trace their familiar paths year after year. Far beyond them, stars revolve around the center of the Milky Way, each following an orbit that lasts hundreds of millions of years. The galaxy itself moves through space alongside its companions. Even the great clusters of galaxies slowly shift within the vast cosmic web. Nothing remains completely still. Yet nothing feels hurried. Every motion blends naturally into the next. Like waves rising and falling across a calm sea, each movement becomes part of something larger. No orbit interrupts another. No star demands attention. Everything exists in remarkable balance. Gravity conducts this silent rhythm without ever making a sound. It asks only one thing of every object in the universe: continue. And so they do. A planet completes another year. A comet quietly returns after centuries away. A distant galaxy continues its patient drift through expanding space. The rhythm never falters. It has continued for billions of years, long before the first oceans formed upon Earth. It will continue for billions more, long after today's constellations have slowly changed beyond recognition. You begin to understand why the universe feels so calming. Its rhythm never argues with itself. Nothing struggles against the path it naturally follows. The stars do not worry about tomorrow. The galaxies do not cling to yesterday. Each simply exists within the present moment offered by the cosmos. Perhaps that is why looking into space so often brings a sense of peace. The universe reminds you that not everything must happen all at once. Some journeys are measured in days. Others in centuries. Others still in ages so vast that numbers themselves begin to lose meaning. Yet every one of them belongs to the same quiet rhythm. Your own heartbeat suddenly feels like part of that greater pattern. Steady, gentle, faithful. Not separate from the universe, but quietly participating in it. For a brief moment, the difference between the very small and the unimaginably large seems to fade. A heartbeat. An orbit. A galaxy completing another graceful turn around its center. Each follows its own natural pace. Each contributes to the harmony of the whole. The realization asks for no explanation. It simply feels true. You continue drifting through the endless darkness, no longer thinking about destinations or distances. Only the rhythm remains. The steady glow of ancient stars. The patient movement of galaxies. The silent journey of light crossing the universe. Everything flows together with effortless grace. And as that timeless rhythm gently surrounds you, the cosmos no longer feels like a place you are visiting. It feels like a melody that has been quietly carrying you since the very beginning, and will continue long after every star has completed another peaceful turn beneath the endless sky. The universe has never promised an ending. Only another horizon. Another quiet moment. another light waiting beyond the darkness. That has always been enough. As you look across the endless expanse one final time, nothing asks you to remember every planet, every star, every distant galaxy. The universe has never been a collection of places. It has always been a feeling of wonder, of perspective, of quiet belonging. Those gifts remain with you now, not because the journey is coming to an end, but because they have become part of the way you see the sky. Tomorrow night, the stars will rise once more. The moon will continue its familiar path. The planets will quietly follow their ancient orbits. The universe will carry on exactly as it always has. Patiently, gracefully, without asking for recognition. You find comfort in knowing that nothing truly stops here. Light continues its endless voyage. Galaxies continue their slow dance. Space continues to unfold beyond every visible horizon. The story goes on. It always will. For tonight, however, your own journey grows wonderfully still. Not finished. Simply resting. Like the universe itself, it waits without hurry for another quiet moment to continue. You drift peacefully beneath the stars. Calm. Weightless. At home within the endless sky. The stars remain where they have always been. Patiently shining across distances beyond imagination. Their light continues its quiet journey, just as it always will. The planets keep circling their stars. Galaxies continue their slow and graceful dance. Space stretches gently in every direction. The universe asks for nothing. It simply continues. Somewhere, a new star is beginning its life. Elsewhere, an ancient sun is gently fading. Across the cosmos, countless stories unfold together. None more important than another. Each becoming part of the endless whole. You no longer feel the need to follow every one of them. It is enough to know they are there, quietly filling the universe with their unseen beauty. Quietly reminding you that there will always be more to discover. Your own journey grows lighter now. The questions that carried you here can rest. The endless distances no longer ask to be crossed. They simply exist. Calm. Boundless. Timeless. You carry one last glance across the stars. Then you let the silence hold everything else. The universe continues. The light continues. And somewhere beneath the same endless sky, another quiet dream is already beginning.